Geithner and Bernanke are going to appear before the House Financial Services Committee. Among others, questioning them will be Minnesota Republican Representative Michelle Bachmann, who joins us now. You see what I'm getting at, Michelle Bachmann. The fact that, you know, we like to maintain rules of contract law. And we've got to be very careful that in going after people who don't deserve money, we don't also abrogate the contract law, correct?
Oh, that's exactly right. As a matter of fact, we're already seeing pushback now from foreign investors who are reluctant to invest in the United States, as well as the plan that Treasury Secretary Geithner rolled out today, the beginnings of that plan. The investor community are saying, you know, look, the United States had going for it the rule of law, the sanctity of contract. We've seen that violated not only just with the AIG cram down clawback, but with the cram down on mortgages, where bankruptcy judges have been empowered now to open up mortgages between lenders and borrowers and change the terms, reduce the principal. This is not setting a table of certainty. That's really where this started. The American economy went from certainty to uncertainty, and every intervention of government has led to deeper and deeper uncertainty. What we need is a big dose of certainty right now, and I'm afraid this is not the right
Well,
recipe.
by the way, you talked about clawback. I've mentioned Scott Rasmussen's polls before. I want to put up a number, if I can, on the screen. 67% of Americans believe that politicians who receive campaign contributions from AIG should also return their money. Is that something that you're going to bring up tomorrow?
I think that's imperative. If we're talking about the specter of Financial Services Chair Barney Frank asking for a list of names of employees who receive these bonuses, maybe we need to focus on the names of the politicians who got us into this.
Well, we already have those names. We know that number one is Barack Obama. Number two was Senator Chris Dodd in terms of the top five contributions from AIG.
They should absolutely return that money, because after all, isn't that a form of a campaign bonus that they were receiving too? $103,000, as you said, to Chris Dodd, $101,000 to Barack Obama. The American people need to know the very dirty connection that there is between some of these organizations and the massive amounts of money that they are giving to politicians to fund their campaigns.
And it's Republican as well as Democrat, Congresswoman, correct?
The money is going across the board, but there isn't true moral equivalency here. No question, we're seeing the responsibility far deeper on the Democrat side than the Republican, but it's not a clear split.
Did you ever take money from AIG?
To my knowledge, I have not. I know that there was one question that someone who had given me about $200 may have worked for AIG at one time, and so we're trying to find out if that's true. When this first came up, we went through our records to make sure that that hadn't happened.
Let me ask you about the economy. You saw what the market did today. A huge pop, 500-point pop in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Certainty. You were talking about how markets love certainty. Markets may not like everything about what they're hearing about the Geithner plan, but at least they have something they can plan for now. Why didn't he come out with something like this a month ago or 2 months ago?
Or even longer ago than that. Remember, Congress was first sold this bill of goods on this type of a plan when Hank Paulson said the United States Congress had to go forward with a $700 billion bailout to buy what?
So why did it take so long?
Good question. Because the first priority for money was to pump more money into the social welfare state. That's what this $1.1 trillion stimulus plan was all about, creating and pumping up the welfare state. That's not what we want to do.
Congresswoman, we've almost run out of time, but in one sentence, if it's possible for a congressperson to do that, what's the most important question we're going to hear tomorrow of Geithner?
The most important question will be, what did you know and when did you know it?
About AIG or about everything?
About AIG bonuses. Personally, what I'm interested in is what is our exit strategy from the government taking over the country financially.
Michelle Bachmann, we're going to, with great interest, thank you very much for being here.